going to be trying to get in and out of here with not minimal effort, minimal fluff sets. I'm going to do straight, heavy sets with the pump work limited to the very end. Thinking neutral grip or close grip lat pull downs and some pullovers, maybe a little bit of barbell curls. Not sure yet exactly. Probably just gonna fall back on the usual shit that I do for arms, but let's go get warmed up and then cut to the first set. Okay. I wasn't sure exactly if I wanted to start with the close grip using like this V-bar or the mag grip, but I think ultimately I want to go a little heavier and be able to use the straps. So V-bar it is. Okay, so this might look a little bit weird. I'm really just trying to do the top half of the rep and really target lats instead of transitioning over to like mid back, going all the way down here to like my chest. And I would do it doing like pull-ups, but the grip, the bars that we have in here aren't close enough, and I feel like I'm getting just all bicep instead of lats. So this is the good alternative. All right, after looking back at the footage, I'm gonna see if I can try to stretch up a little bit more at the top. Really open up the lats, but I don't know if I have enough head space to do that. Oh no, we're good. Never mind. Had to fiddle with it a couple times. I've tried doing this shot before, but I messed up the manual focus. This time I just spent the extra time taking shortcuts to see if it's actually in focus. Or not it, me, that I'm in focus. Okay. Okay. I think one more will do. Okay. Alright, so this is basically doing the same thing, keeping it in front of me, but with more of a exaggeration on the squeeze. So you've seen me do these before, nothing new. Straight arm, lat, down. It's kind of like a pull down slash a pull over in one. I'd say it's probably more of a pull over. But actually, going to go a little bit lighter than that. Let's try this. Okay, maybe a little heavier than that. That's not doing it for me. Okay. Got a few less reps there because I kind of did half of a set with the lighter weight there. I'll be honest, these feel kind of weird because for the last little while I've been doing rowing movements, like an upper back movements first, and then going into lats. Or if not that, I've been alternating back and forth, so these feel a little different. Not quite hitting the same way that they usually do. Okay. Okay, let's do some rowing. Okay. I did dumbbell rows for my last uh, back day, or I guess last pull day. And it was liberating. Let's just say that. Found out that I can do a lot more weight than I initially thought. I think I got up to like the 90s, but that was after doing a couple of like regular kind of working sets. I'm thinking, well, they don't have 75s, do they? Because I feel like 75 or 80 would be like perfect. But I guess we'll just start with 80 instead. I can't remember which side was stronger, so let's start with the left, I guess. Okay. Yeah. 75 would be better, but they don't have those. Actually, the old dumbbells might have 75. Okay. Let's get a little warm in here. Let's see what we're doing. Oh, shit, I can't get this fucking straps on. There we go. Right there. Should I do the 80s again or drop down to 70s? Let's stick with the 80s. I think we're gonna switch over to using the fucking bench as the rest after this. Come on. Oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I couldn't find the 75 because I don't think it exists. So, let's just do what we got. I could have sworn at some point that they had the 75s, but they don't have the old, like heavy side rack. They just have the first lighter rack. So maybe they did. Come on. Oh, you motherfucker. Come on. This is not going as well as it did last time, but I did these. But fuck it. I'm getting some blood flow. What was that, 8? Okay. Okay. Do some feeler sets, and feels like the 40s are going to be it for today. I was hoping that at least my first set could be with the 50s, but when I was warming up, I did the 45, and it just didn't feel like it was going to happen. Okay. Okay. I think I might do some easy bar curls. Okay. I call that 10. Okay. I think that's enough. Let's see.
What, you posing right now?
Yeah.
Let me get a shot with you.
Want a shot with him?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't know if I'm just gonna hit the.
Actually, let me get under the light a little better here.
You're good.
There we go. Ooh, there goes my hat.
Ah. I need to learn new poses. Yeah, see, like that one's hard. Like, yeah, you need to teach me that one. That back looks insane. How do you do that? See, like, I'm coming with like over here. Like, how do you? Yeah, he got a big back. That's a big back right there. Oh, yeah. That's nasty. There it is. Oh my Jesus! Look at those wings. Holy shit! That's That's nasty. How do you get?
There we go. That was a pretty good lift, all things considered. I always have a hard time explaining how to do certain poses, like because they were asking about how to hit some of the poses, and I can't really imagine it until, like, I think back in back when I used to try to do rear double by, and like I was squeezing my shoulder blades together and whatnot, and what it before I learned what it meant to like open your lats and what it's like to you know, spread your shoulders apart. I guess I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like with a lat spread, it's because it's more than just putting your hands on your hips and then putting them to the side like this. It's like you're kind of pushing in to shrink the waist a little bit, but also bring up your pecs at the same time as you're dropping your shoulders and bringing your elbows up and forward. And at the same time, you're also activating your lats, trying to open them up. Like it, that part about opening your lats up and spreading them is the part that I can't figure out how to explain. And then, stuff like the Arnold pose is well, like you guys saw my progression with that. That was kind of a trial and error until I got to the point where I could figure out what it feels like when I'm in the right pose or in the right kind of positioning for the pose. And then from there, it's just muscle memory, I guess. So, I mean, all I did for a little while when I was starting out trying to figure out poses and stuff is just one, repeatedly practice it, and two, just look up a video how to do it. I mean, that's kind of how I started off. I think the first pose I really started to practice was the lat spread, and trying to figure out how that whole situation worked. I don't know. Like it's both simple and completely like complicated at the same time. Because on the one hand, it's just activate your lats, open them up, and then push in, sort of. And then on the other hand, it's all those different angles and whatnot. It's interesting. It's really kind of an art form, bodybuilding and doing posing and stuff like that, with like the flow and everything, and the flow between poses and everything, which I wasn't really trying to worry about. Like I guess my flow got all fucked up the second I knocked my damn hat off my head. But I mean, I like not just because and not because I'm like vain or anything, which I very well might be. I mean, but I like the posing aspect and like the show of it, sort of, if that makes sense. Like if you've ever seen somebody like, God, what's his name? Mike Summerfield, his his physique is just got flowiness and sweeping and everything. It's just super shapely, I guess, if that makes sense. Like the flow of his physique on top of his posing technique, it's perfect. It's beautiful. Um, it kind of gives me that vibe, especially when he's got like the mustache and everything with the curly thing. It gives me the vibe of like old timey strongmen, bodybuilder, like circus performers or whatever back in the day, like old shit, like black and white pictures where they got the spandex kind of thing and they're standing tall with the big puffed out chest and posing. Like it kind of gives me that kind of vibe, and that looks fucking cool, at least in my opinion. And again, like I said, his flow between poses and his routines look fucking amazing. And also just might be because of his the way his build is, but it just super flowy. But that type of aspect, which feels kind of weird, uh, I guess I'm kind of glazing him, but that kind of art form is fascinating to me, and I aspire to be cool like that. On top of just wanting to get fucking big and muscly and jacked, there's also that type of portion to it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. um, yeah, I kind of pushed off calories this morning and this afternoon, and just kind of splurged for my two quote unquote meals. My breakfast I pushed back to like 1:30, 2 o'clock maybe. I mean, albeit I got up at like 10:30 ish, 11, and just stayed in bed until quarter to one. But I had one of those Quest protein pizzas, and the oven takes fucking forever to warm up, so that's why it was around 2 o'clock when I finally got it to eat it. But I didn't really eat anything after that until like I don't know 6 o'clock maybe. But I also kind of splurged on that. I had like a protein shake, like I'm with a bunch of shit in it mixed in there, which I don't actually know how many calories that ended up being. This fucking keychain. I gotta get one of those carabiners with like the screw on kind of securing like lock because I have two different rings that the keys are set on for that hook, and it just kind of opens and drops one or both of the rings regularly, and it's kind of annoying. All right, let's see. Go back to yesterday because it is now 1 o'clock in the morning. Here we go. No, yesterday. Oh shit! I didn't realize there's that many fucking calories. It didn't taste as good as I wanted it to be honest with you. So it was kind of not worth it in the end because I just didn't have the right stuff. But it was still pretty good. It was like a nice treat, a nice 900 calorie fucking treat. I didn't really keep track of it. I just made sure I had enough calories still at the end of it to eat something after my workout. But that fueled my workout. It's pretty good. So let's see what I have left. I got 35 grams of protein left to get and like 60 carbs, maybe. And I have 300 calories to do that with. If I could fucking find it, pull it up. 350. Ooh, shit. Yeah. Cut's going well. I haven't really felt the pressure too much. There's been actually there hasn't really been any real days where I had any kind of issues. There's only been like once or twice so far where I've actually been like really hungry, But other than that, I've been managing it pretty well. I think this morning I got to a new low, which might have just been the timing that I had my last meal and when I got up and how late I stayed up last night because I stayed up pretty late. Um, I guess you could say I stayed up pretty early because I don't think I went to bed until like 5 o'clock in the morning, which when you adjust for my sleep schedule and the time I got up, isn't that crazy? Like total time wise, I think. What would that be? 12, 16, 17 hours? Okay, maybe it's a little bit crazy, but I was just kind of doing my thing and hanging out. So, anyway, I wouldn't suggest doing that on a regular basis or just at all, really. But it was the weekend, so it's fine. Um, what was I gonna say? Shit, I lost track of what I was trying to say. Uh, what was I saying? Oh, I woke up at 156.8, I think, which I think it's just a low day, or it was just a low day for me. To be honest with you, um, haven't really lost any significant weight yet, which is understandable. It's only been a week. I'm thinking maybe by the third week I'll be seeing some progress, uh, or at least some changes for sure. Yep, that's it. That was a good lift, good talk, and I should probably turn my car off here pretty soon because I'm low on fuel and I need to get gas on my way into work tomorrow. Hopefully, I remember to do that. All right, I'll let you guys go. See you.